First off, let me set some ground rules. We can only use the auction house and bazaar. No other money-making methods are allowed. We're starting this off during Derpy, so we can only use the bazaar right now. But once Derpy ends, we'll be using that money we got from the bazaar and using it to the auction house. There's no taking money from other players or transferring any items from any of our other profiles. Our goal is currently to flip to a Hyperion in maybe around 2 weeks' time. First off, I want to give an intro to everyone. So first off, we have Hershey 2. He'll be our main bazaar flipper and we'll be investing most of our coins into the item. And then we have Soupy Castle, who's just our main grinder and just will spend a lot of time grinding. Then we have me, I'm the AH flipper and I'll make probably a good majority of the coins. So yeah, and then yeah, he's here too. But I started off with a piece of cobble, which I quickly sold to the bazaar for around 5 coins. Turns out Hershey had already started creating buy orders, so I didn't want him to get ahead of me, so I created some of my own for some jade. I bought these 2, and then I quickly sold them back to the NPC for some profits. I did this again a couple times until I racked up my coins so I could buy some gunpowder, which I sold back to the NPC. And I did this again, I bought more gunpowder from the NPC and sold back to bazaar. And eventually after I finished, this put me around 5k coins, which I then bought some packed ice with. After I got the packed ice, I just sold it right back to bazaar and got some more. I did this again in the Jerry's workshop, which at the time was open, so I bought packed ice there and I also sold that to bazaar. So now I'm around 33k coins and I just buy more items from the NPC and sell to them. I created a buy order for a bunch of pufferfish and just sold this to the NPC because at the time I was making around 200 coins per stack and then did some more jade. I buy ordered like a bunch of iron and sold that. Haha, that's 69k coins. That'll make me around 12K. At this point everything was going super smooth, but then suddenly this happened. You do not have 10 mil. Oh, and I believe that. Let me check your network. Urinator. I don't believe you. I don't even want to check. Where the get 10 mil? Where did you get 10 mil? Tell me. This guy's still little health. I gotta give it to him. Oh, tell me ignore that. Alright, I'm gonna accept, see if he accepts, and if he accepts, wait, take this. Give me 10 mil. I'm giving him all my coins. Wow. Oh. I got 10 mil. This. Alright, I got it. I sold a little bit more clay to the NPC, but I was trying to make more money, so I created a buy order for a bunch of young dragon fragments, and it sold, so I collected all of that and made like around 50k profit, and I just bought more clay and sold it to the NPC a couple of times. Alright, so it turns out I completely forgot to record the other stuff, but this is what happened is I created a few buy orders. These are mine. I think these are Hershey's. This one filled. I'm just going to collect this one. I don't really want to wait for it to fill, so I'm just going to sell all these to the NPC. Alright, so I finished selling all the stuff. We're around 900k. My goal is to get to 1 mil and then let Derpy be done May or so, then flipping on the auction house. But I'm not at 1 mil yet, so I'll see you back when I make a few flips. Just because it's so little money, I think I'm just going to order a bunch of clay and just sell that to the NPC until I get to 1 mil. Alright, once we sell the stack, we'll be at 1 mil. Alright, so we are at 1 mil currently. I'll see you back when Derpy is over. I first made a few flips on some dragon armor. Then I sent an ultimate Ys for pretty cheap in another one, and I sold these back for 180k on the auction house. This is a really good money making method where you just snipe cheap ultimate Ys books or wisdom books. I was able to snipe a bunch more ultimate Ys and wisdom books for just way too cheap and just made a ton of profit off of them. And I did this a couple more times and I went to 2.8 mil, which was around 1 mil profit in like 5 to 10 minutes. I next sniped a Flower of Truth for 3 mil and bought, because I didn't have enough money to pay taxes, I bought a bunch of items from the FBC and sold them to Bazaar to gain enough money, and then I sold the Flower of Truth up for 4 million coins. To my surprise, it didn't take too long to sell, so I collected my coins around 1 million coin profit. And then I was able to snipe 2 Soul Eater 2 books and list them up for 1.6 mil for around a 600k profit. I then bought 16 Wisdom 1 books and crafted into Wisdom 5, which is around 700k profit, as I relisted it for 4.2 million coins. After I collected my coins for that, I went back to sniping some cheap Wisdom 1 books, selling them for pretty high. After I did all this, I made around 700k more. I then sniped a wolf for 5 mil and listed it back up for 6.2 mil, which is a really good flip for me. The wolf sold not too long later. I then collected my coins from a few other flips I made, which I forgot to record. I then bought 16 Last Stand 1 books and crafted into a Last Stand 5 book and sold this off for 4.5 million coins. This sold pretty soon, and I collected both my silverfish that I also sniped earlier. Now I'm going to buy this bone ring for 6.4 mil, 5.6 mil, and then it's Soul Eater 4 and Overload 5, so I should be able to sell it for around 7 mil, which is a 1.4 million coin profit. I then crafted another Wisdom 5 book. I bet you didn't see that coming. Just like last time, I sold this off for 4.2 million coins, and it basically sold instantly. After both the Bone Ring and the Wisdom 5 book sold, you can see me lagging here a ton. I was around 11 million coins, and then I sniped a Bonzo staff for 3 mil, set up for 3.4 million coins, which is a 400k profit. I also sniped a Very Wise Dragon helmet for 800k and sold that back up for 1 mil. I then found a Very Wise Dragon chestplate that was 5-starred and another one that was 5-starred for way too cheap, and listed them both up for 1.4 mil, which is a 800k total profit. I then collected all the coins for everything that I've sold, but the Very Wise Dragon chest plates didn't sold. I then sniped the Final Destination helmet for going for 2.4 mil and sold it up for 4 mil. After my Final Destination helmet sold, I sniped a shaded red claw talisman for 15k, which I was able to sell for 700k, which is like a crazy return. I also sniped another shaded reef talisman, put that up for 700k as well. My red claw talisman had basically instant sold, so I got my set 600k profit from that, and then my other one sold pretty quickly as well. And then found a shaded Beastmaster crest for 800k, and I could list that up for 1.2 mil. My next one was a shaded titanium ring for 2.4 mil, which I could list for 2.8 mil. Even though the very white dragon chest plates hadn't sold from earlier, I found another one going for 700k, which was even cheaper, and listed that back up for 1.4 mil. Later, I collected all my coins. One of the very white dragon chest plates had, and not too long later, the other two sold as well. At the end of my flipping, I was around 16.5 million coins. In the next episode, I want to get to around 100 mil.